Good evening, everyone. For those joining us for the first time, welcome to the premiere viewing of the Gala music concerts. We've just watched the Junior Gala concert, which was a magnificent event. I'd like to take this opportunity again just to thank all of the ensemble directors, the instrumental tutors, the entire music department, and in particular, Mr. David Gwilliam for his leadership of these events. Now sit back, relax in the comfort of your home, and enjoy the Senior Gala music concert. on which we meet and pay my respects to the elders past and present. Mr. Tannick, Father Ross, members of the College Board and Executive, parents, staff and boys, welcome to the Gala concert for 2021. Tonight, we have an entertaining night for you planned, with over 250 of the college's most advanced students in some of the most advanced ensembles ready to perform for you. After we had an unprecedented year in 2020, which unfortunately forced the college to make the hard decision to not hold a gala concert for obvious reasons, we have brought this one back with a bang. I'd like to start with just a few formalities. You probably have already seen around the room that we do have a photographer and a videographer taking a really high quality photos and video for you tonight. So I really encourage you to please enjoy the concert and put those phones or cameras away and really enjoy the experience that we have for you tonight. That's all it is for me tonight. So can I please encourage you to enjoy the rest of the performances as we welcome the Xavier Choir to perform Black and Gold.
Hello and good evening, Mr. Tannock, Father Ross, St. Aloysius College music staff, parents, family and friends of boys, and fellow young men of the junior and senior schools. I'm Hamish Boyd, and it is my absolute pleasure to be with you all tonight, representing the college as the music captain for the class of 2021. I would like to begin by extending my thanks to all ensembles and individuals who have already performed for kickstarting our evening here at the Grand Concourse in such a positive and exciting fashion. I must commend every musician present here tonight for committing yourselves to being an integral part of the music life here at Aloes. With the wide range of other activities that are on offer at the college, such as cadets, debating, drama, chess, CAS, swimming and athletics, community service, compulsory sport, and the busy academic program, making enough time within your busy schedules to devote to individual music practice, performances, and ensemble rehearsals is no easy feat, and you should all be very proud of this achievement. Each of you involved in this evening's showcase are prime embodiments of this dedication, having worked tirelessly over the course of the year within your respective ensembles to put on a spectacular show tonight. Personally, music has forever played a significant role throughout my life, with all sorts of instruments having always been on hand to explore in my home while growing up. Shortly after arriving at the college in 2016 as the eager, bright-eyed Year 7 student I was, I did not hesitate before becoming heavily involved with all that was on offer here at the college, and certainly relished the opportunity to expand upon my musical base. To begin this process of widening my musical experiences, I joined the concert band within the first few weeks of my time at Aloes. At the time, I was astounded by the sheer number of boys which made up the ensemble. To know that around 85 fellow students, ranging from Year 7 to Year 12, were all sharing the same experience as me in this way was something truly special. Following this, I decided to also join the percussion ensemble, as well as Rock Band 2, and was immediately content that I had established a solid grounding for my future at the college in doing so. But I did not stop there. The following year, I became involved with senior stage band, and was the keen young drummer who was soon to take over from legendary, funny man Alex Frad. In Year 8, I also switched up from the unruliness of rock and joined the jazz combo 2 in order to expand upon my roots as a jazz drummer. And from 2018 onwards, I've been involved in some way or another with a further 6 musical groups, some for a much longer and intensive period of time than others, including the drum corps, jazz combo 1, big band, symphony orchestra, symphonic wind ensemble, and the college choir. My drive to contribute to developing my own self as a musician stemmed from various outputs, especially my parents. However, and not to discredit the influence of my mum and dad on my musical journey, the larger proportion of encouragement and direction, certainly in my first year at the college, would have undoubtedly come from the highly respected and forever loved Mr. James Pensini. I still vividly remember the first music lesson I had in Year 7, in the old music room 430, with Mr. Pensini posing to us a very simple introductory question. What do you hope to learn from music this year? Now, I'd be lying if I said I can recall my exact response to the question. However, if my Year 7 self was to have been in that moment, even as half as matter-of-fact as I currently am, I'm sure I would have answered simply, I don't know. I bring up this memory of my first music lesson at the college to highlight a vital part of what it means to be a student at St. Aloysius, and that is that the greatest decision you can make in your time here is to leap into the unknown and experience new things. Nowhere else will you, as a young man, be provided with such an extensive number of opportunities, nor as many invaluable and nurturing staff to guide you as you travel along many different paths in your teenage lives. The facilities, staff, and tutors at Aloes are all made available to the boys interested in broadening their horizons, and I will forever encourage each and every one of you to involve yourself as much as physically possible in all the opportunities at this school, but most certainly those to do with music. Just dive into the deep end and see what you can achieve. Through all this, you end up forging lifelong friendships whilst rising to new challenges. Becoming part of something greater than yourselves and being a part of a team alongside your peers, all sharing common goals, to make music and to have fun while doing it. So to reiterate one final time, take the leap of faith today that you will not regret having taken when looking back in the future. Be the student that is persistently amazed at the grandeur of the concourse on the night of the Gala concert, the one always involved at lunchtime and morning ensemble rehearsals, and the one who is part of something greater and who is always striving for something more. Importantly, do not regret if you take for granted all the support offered to you in your earlier years at the college, for it will lead you to appreciate it far more greatly later on. To wrap up, I would like to sincerely thank the countless music staff I've been blessed enough to learn from and experience so much under the guidance of for the past 6 years, particularly our current wonderful music department, who have organised a truly magnificent night for you all. I cannot express enough the gratitude and appreciation for each of you working behind the scenes to ensure the success of all the performances tonight and that they are conducted with vigour and passion. And finally, to you, our audience, sit back, enjoy your evening and the fantastic performances ahead. Please welcome the Intermediate String Orchestra to the stage. Thank you very much.
see countless hours pay off. Good evening all. I hope you are having a fantastic evening so far. I'm Jai Howard and I'm one of the Vice Captains of Music at the college for 2021. You may have heard LP Hartley's trite aphorism, "The past is a foreign country. They do things differently there." But I think one of the most powerful devices music provides, and has provided for me, is its tendency to make sense of such a complicated mess. A framework to bind one's time at the college together. It aligns my junior school years with a shoddy plastic trombone, or being plunged into the deep end that was the symphony orchestra in Year 8, fully aware that I was dragging down the virtuosic violin playing of James Armstrong. To Year 10, where my first stage band rehearsal began with Mr. Chelsea bringing a box of profiteroles and eclairs to spice up the new year, bless his soul. Or the Pandora's box of contemporary classical music that I have Victoria Williams to thank for opening. But where to from here? I hear my mum talk of the archetypes and caricatures that form in adult orchestras, ones that are beginning to emerge in our ensembles today, for better or worse. I'm looking at you, violins. Or the proactive parents of friends that simply write fugues to entertain themselves. These instances reassure us as students with the fact that whatever grotesque beauty lies ahead, there will be some way where music will make sense of it all. We may rarely appreciate the global community we have entered through picking up a skill like no other. It already takes every fibre of our being to make it to rehearsals on time. But music will forever be a skill that makes this foreign country and the foreign world that lies ahead feel a little more like home. Up next we have the college choir with Beati Coram Via, followed by The Snow.
friends, staff and young men of the college. In St Ignatius's Constitutions of the Jesuits, section 266 to be precise, it states that for the sake of decorum and propriety, it is expedient that three things should not be brought into Jesuit houses or colleges. These are arms and weapons, women, or musical instruments for vain purposes. And you will be pleased to know, I'm sure, that these days only arms and weapons continue that prohibition. Those instruments were first excluded because Ignatius didn't want his men to have to continually return to churches or chapels during the day to sing their psalms together. They were to find God in the work they were doing in the world. And so our clerical enemies used to jibe at us, Jesuita non cantat, the Jesuits can't sing. But we soon changed, especially in the evolving colleges and on the missions. One of the first colleges Ignatius established in Rome had Thomas Luis de Victoria as a student, who then became a member of the faculty teaching music. And Palestrina was the maestro de capella there. Carissimi also studied there. Many of you tonight would be familiar with that stirring movie, The Mission, which tells of the very innovative but ultimately doomed attempt by Jesuits to preserve the life and the culture of the indigenous people of Paraguay some 400 years ago. That mission was ill-fated because the Jesuits were sandwiched between two unscrupulous powers, of Portugal and of Spain, each wanting to plunder the resources of the country and also to reap the wealth derived from the brutally inhumane slave trade. Those missions strove to preserve and protect both the land and the people. Alas, the society was suppressed and worldly powers had their way. But in that brief period of flourishing spiritual humanism, music and song had a place at the very heart of the endeavour. One author called it the musical kingdom. A certain father on the mission at the time recorded that every village had at least 4 trumpeters, 3 good lutanists, 4 organists, as well as reed pipe players, bassoonists and singers. Another, a Father Francis, noted, the fathers were unable to claim any success in the teaching of mathematics because no one there understood or wished to possess such knowledge, but they acquitted themselves so very well with music. And my profound apologies to any mathematics staff here tonight. And even a German Protestant government official at the time generously conceded that in a chorus of 1,000 voices, a false note was never heard, just like this evening. Another young Jesuit scholastic, a Jesuit in training on that Spanish mission in South America, was one Domenico Zipoli, after whom one of our choirs is named. He was a student of none other than Alessandro Scarlatti in Naples before joining the Jesuits. Zipoli died of a tropical fever at 38 before ordination. But in his young life he composed masses, psalm settings, hymns, oratorios and operas. And some pieces continue to be discovered in dusty recesses of old deserted mission churches there. Meanwhile, half a world away, the European brothers of those missioners were not to be outdone. In the early 17th century, none other than Orlando de Lasso was composing choruses for a drama of our college in Munich. And half a century later, an 11-year-old Mozart was commissioned to compose an opera in Latin for our college in Salzburg. And after the performance, Mozart gave the audience of parents and the guests a recital which, we're told, lasted well into the night. Tonight, I think we have matched those extravaganzas in every way. I'm sure you will agree. We sing and we make music because of the sense of wonder that it evokes, because of the creative faculty to which it gives expression, and because of the harmony in sound and in relationships it generates. These elements touch upon the divine, and they are yet further manifestations of God's presence in this world. That's why an enterprise such as this is always to be found in the Jesuit tradition. In 1549, Father Manuel de Nóbrega, sent to Brazil as the first provincial by St. Ignatius himself, knew that music was the avenue to the hearts and the minds of the Amerindians. He saw how enthusiastically they embraced it, and Nóbrega once observed, "Give me enough instruments and I will convert all the Indians for Christ." He knew his audience as we do, but you don't need convincing or converting. I know you will simply delight in this performance, and in our Jesuit tradition, perhaps finding telltale traces of the divine in the experience. So continue to enjoy the night.
pantomime once. I was bored. I'm not a poetical sort of a person like you. When I need a poem, the streets and the gutters will do. There's Tommy Flanagan who lights the gas lamps, 190 lamps in Phoenix Park alone. He's done it drunk for over 57 years. In Dublin, and down on Henry Street is Mad John Maher, old rambling Johnny with a face like hammered meat. But Johnny singing brings a Dublin man to tears. I don't know the words to tell you how it feels, or how to put it in a rhyme, but if you come with me, you'll know that the lamps in the park look like God in the dark as they glow. streets of Dublin. The dealers hawking and the dockers yelling, the buskers banging and the ragmen ringing bells, and there's Maureen whose door is always open for all Dublin, and Tony Kiley with his racing pigeons. It's like religion how he lives to fly those birds. He swears they travel for 100 miles or more. I don't know the kind of words that you might say, but I can put it my own way, and if you come with me you'll know that those birds on their wing are a beautiful thing as they blow through the streets of Dublin. And there's music like nothing you've heard if you know the right jukebox to play. There are glasses to raise in the praise of surviving the day. Down where Miss Kitty Farrelly is pouring whiskey, and Frankie Donahue is lighting her cigar. A smoky den where working men don't bring the wife. It's the laughter of fellas with stories to tell, men who love to get drunk and raise true bloody hell. Oh, you'll come out with me and you'll see what you're missing in life on the streets of Dublin. On the streets of Dublin. On the streets of Dublin. On the streets of Dublin.
Good evening, Mr. Tannick, Father Ross, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Silver, and I am the music vice captain. Tonight is a very special night. It is the biggest night within the musical calendar, where all the boys are able to showcase the hard work they have spent on perfecting the pieces they are performing to you tonight. During my time at Alice, I've had the greatest experience within the school's music program. I started my time at the college in year 3, beginning with the year 3 4 strings program and Mr. Shelsea's Bondi Blue on the xylophone, ultimately ending up within the HSC music course. My early childhood years, I remember my family being quite musical, whether it was karaoke with the extended family or sing-alongs with my sister to whatever song was on the radio. I even have a distinct memory of my dad putting a Wiggles cassette tape into our old car and having to flip it just to listen to another song. It is moments of music such as these that will linger in my mind. However, it was only when I was exposed to music in the junior school that I started to realize the joy of music that was inherent within me and the joy it brings to others. Having time dedicated towards music empowered me to have the ability in gaining a deeper appreciation for music. It allowed me to enrich my understandings of music and share it with others, whether it be through my performances or compositions. My love for music was what drove me to participate in orchestras, start one-on-one lessons, and join the Zipperly Choir in the junior school. I still remember being that excited by music that I would tap, hum, or sing any tune that we learned because I just couldn't get it out of my head. I still remember things that I used to hum while doing some maths homework from back in year 3. In fact, even now, if I learn a new piece that has something I find enjoyable, for months it will be in my head. This was my own personal way I was able to admire music. Moving into the senior school, music program, I played with senior students. This was very daunting to me at first, as I was being pushed to my limits in what I was able to learn each week. But as I continued, I started to look up to the older students, making them my benchmark to achieve their level of playing, allowing me to push onwards and face the challenges head on. Slowly after some time, I became that role model for younger students, and that to me was again very daunting. Looking back at my progress in older recordings and videos, I was honestly shocked at how far I developed, but also how much the music has changed within the school. Whether I achieved the expectations I set for myself is something I constantly think about and never stop thinking about, but that is a different conversation. It was in fact that I now had something to learn from and strive towards. That was what allowed me to continue growing and learning as a musician. Though it felt only like yesterday, I was starting the strings program and a few hours since I had my first concert at the Concourse. Music at times can be long and arduous, turning up to early morning rehearsals, using lunch times, after schools, and times at home to practice was difficult. But it was something I enjoyed, and trust me, the work pays off. Tonight is a testament to the efforts of all these young men performing, and it is a prime example of what consistent determination can achieve. Finally, I would like to personally thank the entirety of the music department in allowing me and my fellow students to flourish as musicians. They created opportunities to showcase our abilities, such as musical tours, arranging musicals, co-curricular ensembles, and concerts such as this, none of which is possible without their love and dedication to music. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Mr. Michael Morgan, Chair of the College Board, Father Ross, leaders of the Parents and Friends Association, directors of the College Board, members of the School of Mind Committee, members of the College Executive, staff, parents and friends, and especially boys of St Aloysius College, welcome to our music gala concert this evening, and what a simply magnificent night of music it has been here in Chatswood. As has been mentioned tonight, last year was a difficult one for our music program, and the cancellation of this gala concert, the pinnacle of our program, was particularly disappointing for all of us, especially for those boys in the class of 2020 who would have had an opportunity to showcase their gifts on a night like tonight. Because of that disappointment, it makes tonight all the more special. As all of you and all of us are witness to this evening, music is an essential part of what we offer in the formation of boys at our Jesuit school. And indeed, it is thriving at St Aloysius College. Over 500 students across the junior and senior schools are currently enrolled in our music program. Tonight is a testament to their talents and a testament to their commitment to share their gifts with their family, with their friends, with their peers, and with the wider college community. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our dedicated music staff for their commitment to the boys under their care. There are too many to name this evening. They're listed at the front and indeed at the end of your program. But in particular, I'd like to recognise our Director of Music, Mr. Jeremy Curtin, our Head of Music Performance, Mr. David Gwillam, and the Junior School Music Coordinator, Mr. Jerry Shelsey, and all of the staff, both at the school and our incredible peripatetic staff for their dedication to the boys. If we could recognise them, please. I think all of you would agree with me that tonight we have been witness to excellence, authentic excellence on the part of our music students at the college. Our Year 12s have really set the standard for this excellence, and as has been mentioned by our leaders, by Hamish, by Jai and by Sam, it is our senior boys who demonstrate to the younger boys what it is to be a music student at this school. Hamish used the terminology of diving into the deep, and at a Jesuit school, that is what excellence indeed is. It's about a willingness to go deeper, to plumb even further depths than what has been able to be done previously by your fellow Aloysians. For the younger boys, the boys in the junior school and the younger years of the senior school, we now set them a challenge to go even deeper than what we've seen our Year 12s do this evening. To conclude, I'd like to thank those Year 12 students, led by our leaders, but all of the boys who have given years of dedicated service to our music program and have indeed set the standard of excellence within it. If we could thank those boys again this evening, please. Thank you again for your attendance this evening. We look forward to the rest of the evening's concert. Thank you very much.